There comes a quiet moment in the evening, often when the house is finally settled and the day's noise has drifted away, when many seniors sit with a familiar worry: the heaviness in the legs, the stiffness that wasn't there years ago, the subtle fear of losing the ease of movement that once felt so natural, and perhaps, too, a quiet longing for the strength they remember from younger days, when standing up didn't take planning and walking across a room didn't require a pause. And in that soft space between concern and hope, it's important to remember that the body, even as it ages, still listens, still responds, still heals in its own patient way, especially when we give it something simple, consistent, and gentle. You may wonder why the legs, in particular, seem to weaken first, why they feel tired in the evenings or tremble a bit after a short walk. And the answer, though wrapped in science, is actually very human. Over time, circulation slows, muscles lose a little protein each year, nerves communicate a bit more slowly. And if the body isn't nudged with small, nourishing habits, the legs quietly carry the weight of these changes. But none of this means strength is gone for good, only that it needs a little support, a little encouragement, something your body can actually use. One of the simplest supports, surprisingly gentle yet deeply effective, is a nightly spoon of warm honey mixed with a pinch of ground turmeric, an old, comforting blend used for generations, not because it is magical, but because each part of it speaks to the body in a language the body understands. Turmeric calming inflammation around the joints and muscles, honey helping regulate nighttime blood flow, and the warmth itself soothing the nervous system enough to allow deeper recovery while you sleep. Many seniors have heard of these ingredients but never knew how to use them in a way that truly helps the legs feel lighter, steadier, and more awake the next morning. So here is the simplest way, a way even the most tired hands can prepare. Take 1 spoon of honey, warm it for a few seconds until it loosens, then mix in a small pinch of turmeric, just enough to tint it gold, not enough to be overwhelming. Stir slowly, breathe in its gentle scent, and take it about 30 minutes before bed, preferably after your last glass of water, so the body can settle without interruption. This small ritual does more than nourish. It signals the body to enter a calmer state, softening tension in the calves and thighs, helping blood move through the lower legs with a little more ease, and supporting the muscles as they restore themselves through the night, slowly repairing tiny micro-tears that come from everyday walking or standing. Over the course of days, then weeks, many people begin noticing subtle but meaningful shifts. Legs that don't feel as heavy in the morning, joints that seem to wake up more smoothly, and a sensation of warmth in the feet that extends upward like a quiet reassurance. And while this remedy won't turn back time in a dramatic sweep, it often brings just enough change to give back confidence, to make walking feel safer, to help the legs feel less like burdens and more like trusted companions again. If you let this nightly routine become a peaceful habit, something you do without pressure or expectation, it can become more than a remedy. It becomes a moment of care, a way of telling your body, I am here with you, and I am helping. And the body responds to that consistency often more deeply than we expect. And as the days pass, you may notice that while the routine is small, the effect is layered. The warmth you swallow helps relax the mind. The turmeric eases the tiny aches that make mobility harder. The honey supports gentle nighttime recovery, and together they allow the legs to move through the next day with a bit more strength, a bit more balance, a bit more hope. Many seniors describe the improvements not as dramatic transformations, but as quiet returns. The return of steadiness when stepping out of bed, the return of confidence when bending the knees, the return of endurance during a walk that used to feel too long, the return of a kind of inner warmth that makes the legs feel alive rather than tired. And if you combine this little nightly spoon with something as simple as lifting your heels 5 times before sitting down at night, or wiggling your toes for a minute to wake the nerves, the effects grow even more noticeable, not because the exercises are intense, but because they gently teach the legs to stay engaged, reminding them that their job is not done. What makes this routine reassuring is its simplicity. No harsh movements, no expensive ingredients, no complicated timing, just a small golden spoonful taken each night, guiding the body towards slow, steady strength, giving the legs what they quietly ask for: warmth, circulation, calm, and consistency. And as you continue, you may find yourself feeling gratitude for the small shifts, the ones easy to overlook, the moment your legs carry you up a step without hesitation, the way they feel more awake during your morning walk, the surprising lightness when rising from your favorite chair. And these moments, small as they seem, are reminders that healing doesn't always come in sudden changes, but in the gentle return of abilities you thought were slipping away. So tonight, when the world grows quiet again, let yourself feel a little hope, even if it's soft, even if it feels fragile. Mix your warm honey and turmeric. Hold the spoon with intention, breathe, and know that this single nightly act is a gift to your body, a gesture of care, a beginning you can repeat with ease. Let it guide you back to steadier steps, back to calmer nights, back to the quiet truth that the body still remembers how to strengthen itself when we give it patience, warmth, and a little natural help. And as you rise each morning with just a bit more confidence, may you feel gratitude not only for the improved strength in your legs, but for your own willingness to keep caring for yourself, gently, patiently, faithfully, one spoon at a time.